This week on Council Bluffs News, Pinwheels for Prevention. Local organizations working together to stop child abuse. After that, back on her feet. One mother's scare after losing her job. Then, one girl's wish, made true through the kindness of family. That and more all on this week's Council Bluffs News. Hello and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm James Lathrop. If you visited the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge recently, you may have been greeted by a path of pinwheels to the bridge. The colorful gesture is part of a community-wide effort to halt child abuse.
Pinwheels, a sign of spring, take on a new symbolic spin this season. It all starts with a sea of blue. Advocates for child abuse awareness gather here at the foot of the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge April 6th. It's all for a program called Pinwheels for Prevention.
Pinwheels for Prevention we do every April, and it's a positive spin on ways to prevent child abuse in our community.
Presented by Prevent Child Abuse Pottawatomie County and the Shaken Baby Task Force, its purpose is to raise awareness of this cause.
So we today are planting blue pinwheels, both in Council Bluffs and in Omaha.
The group, joined by Council Bluffs Mayor Tom Hannafin, make their way to the top of the bridge, where Omaha Mayor Jim Suttle waits with advocates of the same cause.
And all those groups come together with the two mayors at the middle of the pedestrian bridge to proclaim that April is Prevent Child Abuse Month.
Do hereby proudly proclaim the month of April 2013 as Child Abuse Awareness Month. Let's hear it.
We've never had an event like this before across the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge, but it was nice today because we work so hard in Iowa and they also work hard in Nebraska, so we need to work together is the way that we prevent child abuse in our community.
After the proclamation, residents return to their side of the river and plant their pinwheel along this walkway at the foot of the bridge.
And it's just focusing on those positive pieces of having people think when they see a pinwheel about what they're doing and how it impacts children.
Alongside awareness comes another goal: education.
Educate new parents, educate future parents, so that we'll have less and less cases of child abuse in our community.
The Shaken Baby Task Force has a 24-hour helpline for parents unsure what to do in the event of a crying baby. That number is 866-243-BABY. And for more information on Pinwheels for Prevention, go to pinwheelsforprevention.org. Staying with the color blue now, St. Paul's Episcopal Church of Council Bluffs is bringing bluebirds to the city, with bluebird houses handcrafted by its own members. The sale of these houses are a means of raising funds for the church.
The Bluebird House fundraiser was conceived last year as an alternative to things like bake sales and rummage sales. We need to generate funds beyond what the congregation tithes. Bluebird populations have really surged in the last few years, and I thought that we could raise more funds selling bluebird houses than in other typical methods of fundraising. And they originally thought, well, what, you're going to build 10 birdhouses? I said, no, we're going to think big on this thing. We're going to build 100 birdhouses. And they sold out. Cornell University is kind of the ornithology center of the United States. And they did a study there a few years ago and tested a bunch of different designs, hole dimensions and that kind of thing, for bluebirds specifically. The design that won is the design that we use in these houses. All right, so now we have our bottom in place. Bluebirds are a very cool bird. They're a prairie bird. They actually prefer open spaces. They're a territorial bird. The maintenance of these houses is very minimal. It consists of loosening a screw on the side, open up the house, clean out the nest contents, fold it back up, reinsert the screw, and you're good to go. And every year or two, if you have a bucket of shellac and a paintbrush, you can go doot, doot, doot on the front and back, you're done. It's a win-win-win all the way around for everybody. It's a very ecologically oriented project. It's a very green project. It's good for the environment. Both the swallows and the bluebirds, they eat lots of bugs. And it's good for our church. Again, the funds are needed to keep our doors open and our ministry open and to keep that church operating. So it's the kind of thing where everybody wins.
If you're interested in helping the church raise money, you can give them a call at 712-323-7188. Council Bluffs Parks and Recreation Department is starting a new project, and they're getting local residents involved. Here's IWTV student Nathan Connolly with more.
Not only is it a trail, but it's a wonderful nature watching spot.
Ideas for a new entrance sign at Big Lake Park are suggested at a meeting April 3rd.
She came here, but they owned a lot of land around there. One time they owned.
Big Lake and many other parks in Council Bluffs are set to install new signs this summer with the Art in the Park project.
So the idea is to replace park signs that are old with an art piece that serves as a park sign.
The process at the moment is finding the most meaningful ideas from the public.
We're asking a lot of questions, all the way from what's a memory, you know, that you have of this space. What's something that's reminiscent or nostalgic?
Boyd Littrell suggests a landscaping piece for Big Lake Park.
We actually do a landscape piece, which is built right into the contour of the ground itself. I think that would be a fitting sign there.
Concepts will be under consideration as Skylar Beck hopes for these signs to stay.
We hope it'll stand for 20 to 30 years as a nice little addition to our local parks.
If you have any ideas that should be under consideration for any of the parks in Council Bluffs, call Parks and Recreation at 712-328-4650. For your Council Bluffs news, I'm Nathan Connolly.
As we recognized, a job can be hard to find for a full-time student, but the help of VODEC and Teen Central, applying for employment can be a little less stressful. IWTV student Sean Crawford has the details.
So it doesn't matter.
An opportunity for students to get into the workforce.
I applied at Arby's, Best Buy, Bethany, Freddy's, and Cox Bros.
The goal, not just employment, but being taught real-life skills.
So they start learning good work habits, good work routines, and really start planning for the future.
For 3 years now, Teen Central, Council Bluffs Community Schools, and the Vocational Development Center, or VODEC, have collaborated to bring CB students the annual Teen Job Fair at the CB Public Library, offering local job opportunities to Council Bluffs students.
I applied for Best Buy, applying for Freddy's right now.
But to get a job as a teen, the right tools are needed. Iowa Works plays a big part in helping Southwest Iowa students get employed.
We work with all different ages of job seekers and businesses from all over Southwest Iowa and also Nebraska and Missouri.
Iowa Works gives students tips on filling out resumes and applications, as well as the interview process. Their career fair is also a big help for local businesses looking for summer help.
People who come in younger in age have a lot to bring to the table as far as knowing about products already coming into the store.
We're looking to offer opportunities, and there's always room to grow.
After teen employment hit an all-time low in 2010, according to the event's press release, labor reports indicate teens may have a slightly easier time finding work this year. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Sean Crawford.
Thanks, Sean. Time now for News Around the Bluffs, sponsored by Mr. Ed's Flagpole Company of Council Bluffs, right off Valley View Drive between Madison Avenue and Highway 92. More news about the opening of River's Edge Park. The event will be accompanied by a 3-week-long celebration called Bluffs Fest. The event, looking to become an annual celebration, will consist of music, outdoor movies, and sporting events. On May 26th, the Omaha Symphony will perform, followed by fireworks. Then on May 19th, a concert with the Rumbles, with a showing of the movie Grease after. Also in that announcement from Council Bluffs and the Iowa West Foundation, local Omaha group Mulberry Lane will kick off the park's grand opening concert featuring the Beach Boys on May 25th. The Council Bluffs Recycling Center is now accepting curbside yard waste. Starting April 1st, residents receiving Council Bluffs waste services can begin setting out their yard waste in trash cans, poly carts, and paper bags, just as long as they're clearly marked with a Y. Or residents can get an orange yard waste sticker available at the Council Bluffs Recycling Center. Waste can be placed curbside on your scheduled collection day by 7 a.m. Branches are to be no more than 4 feet in length and 60 pounds in weight, and also need to be bound in string or twine. For questions, call the Council Bluffs Recycling Center at 712-328-4985. Some brave souls taking the plunge in Lake Manawa Saturday, March 16th. It's all for a good cause, with the money going to the Special Olympics Iowa. The event, dubbed Polar Plunge, is sponsored by Iowa Western's 89.7 The River. To register for the dip, each participant must raise $75 for the Special Olympics. Last year's gathering raised $18,000 with balmy weather in the mid-70s. This year, though, thermometers sat in the low 40s. Prizes are awarded to the team with the best costume theme, the plunger with the best costume, and the plunger who raises the most money. Coming up on Council Bluffs News, one girl struggled to be just a normal kid. But after the break, pancakes for charity. The Masonic Temple is here to talk about their annual pancake feed.
At Council Bluffs Savings Bank, we take pride in our community, volunteering our time to helping individuals, families, and businesses succeed. We are Council Bluffs people operating a Council Bluffs bank to help Council Bluffs be a better place to work and live. Hometown banking, the way it used to be.
Hello and welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm James Lathrop, and joining me in the studio today is Jim Klein and Dan Brunton. They're with the Masonic Temple in downtown Council Bluffs. Before we get into anything, tell me about the Masonic Temple. What is it, and what's its role in the community?
Masonic Center we're a group of men. They're a fraternity that meets, and we do charity work around the community. We meet like once a week. There is 3 lodges there in Council Bluffs. There's Bluff City Lodge, Excelsior Lodge, and Gabia Lodge. And our main function is we have 2 or 3 different charities that we put on every year that we support and we sponsor to try to make funds to help the community out.
Okay, and I understand one of those charities is a pancake feed going on April 14th.
Yes, yes it is.
Tell me just a little bit about that pancake feed.
Well, on the April 14th, we will get there early in the morning. We'll be cooking pancakes. And what we do when we take the fundings from this pancake feed and we support they call it our card giveaway about a week before Christmas. We buy gift cards for families in the need and to help support, to buy food and to have that, they could have a good meal. And the Easter Star ladies, which also, and the Easter Star men belong to our fraternity part of it. They buy gloves, hats, scarves, and stuffed animals that we give the children when we give the gift cards out. Why do you think it's so important to provide these gift cards for needy families in the community? Well, because in our community right now, there's a lot of need in the families out there to help support, not a great deal, but to help them out through Christmas times. And I think it's good that people can contribute and feel good about themselves for doing it.
Dan, you'll be cooking pancakes and sausage at the feed. How long have you been doing this with the Masonic Temple?
I've been cooking pancakes and part of this for the last 3 years.
Wow, that's quite some time. How does that make you feel to be a part of this process?
It feels good. It feels good to be part of an institution that gives back to its community.
Okay. And it's April 14th. It starts at 7 a.m., yes. Goes till 1 p.m. How much can a person pay to get into the door to this pancake feed to help out?
It costs $6 per ticket to get in. All you can eat pancakes. We'll have milk, juice, sausages, of course, and chocolate milk, white milk, all for $6, yeah.
Okay, if there's any way anyone could get any information or more information on this, where would they go?
Well, we have, to get tickets, we have posters up all over town, so they can see it there all over town. And they come to the door, buy tickets there. It's at the Masonic Center at 130 South 6th Street, Council Bluffs, Iowa, right across from Bayless Park. Also, I must add to this, we are in conjunction with the police department. They sponsor us on this, so and we appreciate their support. And along with this, we have support from Walmart. They actually give us all the funding for this, for our food, and also we buy our gift cards down there.
Jim, Dan, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
More Council Bluffs news is up after the break. Join us for the Reaver Beat.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back. I'm Marie Zeitner with the Reaver Beat. If you've ever used a tanning bed or had a really bad sunburn, listen up. Just one blistering sunburn can double your chances of getting melanoma, the worst type of skin cancer. See how one woman is getting the word out to young people about how they can take care of their skin in the sun now before it's too late. It's not supposed to happen.
I'm in like that 1% that it wasn't supposed to happen to.
But it did to Paula Schnack.
Just here, January 2nd, 2013 was my second diagnosis.
A second go around for skin cancer. Schnack first developed melanoma at just 27 years old.
5 years ago, diagnosed with melanoma on my left lower leg.
Schnack is sharing her skin cancer story with others on the campus of Iowa Western. After her diagnosis, she had to get surgery, a procedure doctors say could have been avoided if Schnack had been smart about her sun exposure.
I did have always this guilty conscience every time I laid in a tanning bed, like, okay, I'm gonna get wrinkled or I'm gonna look older, never the cancer.
And much less getting it twice. Since Schnack has moles on her body, she wanted her dermatologist to take a look at her skin.
I went straight to a dermatologist because I had so many moles and freckles to begin with.
As a teenager, Schnack spent her summers outdoors. And back then, people didn't pay as much attention to warnings about the sun's harmful rays as they do today.
You didn't put sunscreen on until you were already burnt.
According to the Melanoma Research Foundation, it's the most serious type of skin cancer. It begins in the cells that produce the pigment melanin. It colors the skin, hair, and eyes, as well as forms moles.
My body just takes my DNA, mine morph, and become melanoma, cancer cells.
With fresh battle scars, Schnack is doing what she can to spread the word about melanoma.
Everything's fresh. I'd love to go out and show it off to people and scare them a little bit, tell people about it.
For more information on melanoma and how you can stay safe in the sun, visit www.melanoma.org or call 800-673-1290. We'll also have more information on a Reaver Beat Facebook page. Well, 5 days of hard work is finally paying off for 89.7 The River. IWTV student Shanti Shaknoza takes us behind the scenes of the radio station's annual Phonathon fundraiser.
This is your time. No other time this is happening. This is it. This is this moment.
It's not only business inside the radio station.
but also outside. Students try to get listeners to donate to the radio station. Listeners can win a handful of prizes by helping out. A Story Concert Coast Season Pass, guitars autographed by Blue October and Hellstorm, autograph poster from Maroon 5, and many more. Radio students and staff are bringing their A-game to keep the station on the air.
And 7 the River Phone-a-thon, how's it going? All right, well, thanks for calling. How much, what was your first name? Thank you.
As a non-commercial radio station, Phone-a-thon is the main fundraiser to keep the station on the air. This student knows how important it is. He's getting hands-on experiencing at the river.
We do Phone-a-thon, and it helps us raise money for maintenance, the tower fees, the tower rentals, and things like that, and equipment. And what we do is we take like guitars, drum heads, posters, and have bands such as like Seether, 10 Years, Rob Zombie, Korn, anybody really that we play, have them sign it, autograph it, and then we'll put it up for pretty much an auction.
KIWR has come a long way. It started as a campus radio station for Iowa Western Community College in 1996. And now, by getting enough donation from listeners, it can continue to broadcast and heard as far away as Lincoln. For the River Beat, I'm Shanti Shahnaza.
Phone-a-thon raised $75,000 to help pay for its tower fees to keep the river broadcasting. Coming up on campus, leave your car at home and take part in the Iowa Western Commuter Challenge. The Sustainability Department is challenging you to take the bus, walk, or bike to school during the week of April 14th through the 20th. Doing this helps to lower greenhouse gases and encourages a healthier lifestyle. You can win a prize for participating. If you have a knack for writing, you could enter Iowa Western's Earth Day Writing Contest. Submit a 500-word essay to Corinne Grace by email at cgrace@iwcc.edu. All entries must be turned in by Monday, April 22nd, which is Earth Day. Winners will be announced Friday the 26th, and 2 winners will get a $15 gift certificate to the college store. For more information, check out Earth Day Writing Contest under IWCC News in your Rock account. And get a sundae on Sunday. Go to the second floor of the Student Center between 6 and 8 p.m. on April 14th to get an ice cream sundae. Help us get to 200 likes on Facebook. Invite your campus friends to like our page. For the River Beat, I'm Marie Zeitner. See you on campus.
Thanks, Marie. Time now for Pets of the Week. Sponsored by Mad Cow Paintball of Louisville, Nebraska.
Hi, my name is Misty Bino and I'm a volunteer with Solace, support our local animal shelter. Today we have Max here. He is a Shar-Pei mix. He is available for adoption and his file number is 3579. That's 3579. And he really likes treats. This is Molly here. She came in with Max. Both of them were surrendered. We think she's about 8 years old. And she is a really sweet girl, very inquisitive. But all of the animals here come spayed or neutered, a rabies vaccination, preliminary basic vaccinations, flea or tick treatment, heartworm test, pet license, and a microchip. If you're interested in adopting Molly, you can come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 2821 South 15th Street here in Council Bluffs. Here we have Simon. He is a light gray tabby cat. We think he's about 1 year old. He was found as a stray. Simon's a little bit of a nibbler. If you're interested in adopting Simon, his file number is 3595. This is Sugar here. She is between 4 or 5 years old, and we are willing to pay half of her adoption fee. She's a super sweet kitty, so I think that may be how she got the name Sugar. Her file number is 2694, and she does not really care too much for other cats, so she'd probably be best as an only cat in the home. If you're interested in adopting Sugar, you can come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 2821 South 15th Street here in Council Bluffs. This is Mr. Buttons. He's one of the 9 rats here at the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter right now. Mr. Buttons is a very sweet rat. He seems to be pretty much hand tame. And if you are looking for a rat as a companion and not as food, feel free to come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 2821 South 15th Street in Council Bluffs. Hey, Mr. Buttons.
Now time for our weekly events calendar. On Thursday, April 11th, come have a taste of India at the Council Bluffs Public Library from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Try some authentic Indian food for free. It all takes place at the main floor meeting room. Friday, April 12th is the second Friday of the month, which means it's Second Fridays in downtown Council Bluffs, a celebration of art, music, wine, and more. This month's featured artist is Steve McGaffey. It all starts at 6 p.m. and runs until 9. Looking ahead, on the 21st is the Gambler Half Marathon and 5K. The run starts at 8 a.m. at the Mid-America Center. All registrants are eligible for the grand prize of a trip for two to Las Vegas. The cost is $60 for the half marathon and $35 for the 5K. Sign up at thegamblerhalf.com. And just a reminder, Celebrate CB Week starts May 10th with a barbecue contest in River's Edge Park. Learn more about it at celebratecb.com, and of course stay tuned to Council Bluffs News in the coming weeks for more announcements on the celebration. Malvern 5-year-old Gracie Day was born with a disability, making everyday life a struggle. But through her own perseverance and the help of others, she's able to overcome these obstacles and lead a normal life. Meet Gracie.
She's in preschool, she can write. She writes her name very well.
A problem solver.
A go-getter, she doesn't give up on things, and she's very, very determined.
Continuously keeping her chin up.
Always a happy girl, always smiling.
An average girl, aside from one thing. Gracie was born without arms, causing her to constantly find ways to adapt.
When she carries her items, her toys and stuff, because you know, all kids, they like to carry their toys around with them, their babies, their Barbies, their ball, their whatever it might be. She does it under her chin.
On February 26th, Gracie turned 5 years old.
And her birthday wish was a bike.
A common desire among kids her age.
Her cousin, you know, her friends at school, everybody her age are getting bikes. That's just what you do around 5, 6 years old.
Is it fun? Huh?
When Gracie's uncle Troy Carmen caught wind of her request,
he says, let's see what I can do.
From there, it snowballs. One call led to another, eventually leading to Steve Batten, owner of True Wheel Cycle of Council Bluffs.
And I had went through and did some research and found one of my vendors.
That vendor? Trailmate. They design a trike that allows hands-free steering.
And I thought it would be a perfect fit for this particular case.
Then, with the help of some generous donors, the trike is purchased, assembled. Then at this Council Bluffs restaurant on March 29th, Gracie gets her wish. Nervous at first, but soon she takes to the sidewalks with joy.
Just awesome people come together and has the heart for children and people like Grace, and I thank God for them.
Thank you!
Grace, come on. Today's Good Friday, and I tell you, it's really Good Friday. I'll never forget this one.
Thanks for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can email us at cbtv@iwcc.edu, call us at 712-325-3312, or send us a message on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/cbtv17. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm James Lathrop. See you next week.